Hello everybody. I am so sorry. I have been the worst vlogger since I've been pregnant. I honestly was debating if I was even going to continue doing pregnancy vlogs. But I figured I'd get on here and do just a little quick update. I am currently 37 weeks pregnant, so we are almost done. I have had a really easy pregnancy. Thank God. So I really haven't had much to make videos on or update you guys with. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really had much going on. My first trimester was pretty easy. I got a little nauseous here and there, but I never once have thrown up my whole pregnancy. The only major thing that has happened to me is I popped a rib out of place or dislocated a rib. So that's how I rang in the big 3-0 in the doctor's office. It's really stupid how it happened. I got really sick in April with a really bad head cold. I was coughing a ton. And so my ribs were hurting really bad. It was miserable, you guys. I don't really get sick like that. It's been years since I've been sick like that. But anyways, so my ribs were hurting really bad and it took about a month to go away. And then about, I don't know, 2 weeks after I finally stopped coughing, I noticed this nagging pain kind of right in my back area over here. That just hurt, it just wouldn't go away and I didn't know what it was. And I just figured, oh, it's probably just my ribs are still inflamed or whatever from that nasty cough that I had. And then one day it sounds so stupid. Everybody keeps telling me, oh, you need to make up a different story. Because it sounds ridiculous. But I bent over to pick up my dog, who is a little 4-pound Yorkie. And it must have been the way that I leaned over or something, I don't know. But I leaned over, picked her up, and my rib just popped. And it was excruciating pain right when it happened. And I could barely stand back up. I could barely breathe. I could barely move. I could barely do anything. And I had to drive home, which was miserable. But I made it home. And then the rest of that night, we hung out or whatever. And the pain just was not getting any better. So I called my OB and was like, hey, what can I do? This Tylenol is not doing anything for me. So he prescribed me ibuprofen, which that doesn't really do much for me either, but I guess it's better than Tylenol. But he didn't really want me taking it a whole bunch. So he let me take 2 doses that day just to see if it would help. And then I was supposed to call him back the next morning, which it didn't help at all. I was up all night, could barely move around in bed, could barely breathe. It was awful. So I called him, said, hey, yeah, the ibuprofen didn't work. I almost went to the emergency room last night. I was in so much pain, something has to be broken or something is really wrong. So he got me in the office that day, told me that I had dislocated a rib. So he did some chiropractic moves on me, cracked my neck, my back, my ribs, tried to pop it back in place. Didn't really help right off the bat. But the next day, it was slowly getting better. I could actually breathe, move around a little bit. So from then on out, I just went to the chiropractor twice a week for a couple weeks. And yeah, slowly got better. Crazy. Never thought I could dislocate a rib. I mean, I guess I didn't know that that was even possible. But it is. So, and it hurts really, really bad. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's probably the biggest thing, symptoms-wise. That was absolutely miserable. Other little things that I've been experiencing are more frequent headaches recently. My feet, ankles, and legs have been super swollen. That all started when I was around, gosh, I want to say 20-ish weeks. It started early. It kind of came and went when it started early, but now for the past, I don't know, month or two, it's been pretty consistent. My feet are like balloons. I don't fit in any of my shoes. Thank God it's summer, because I can at least wear flip-flops. but I don't fit in any of my work shoes anymore. So I've just been having to wear tennis shoes that aren't laced. So that's always fun. Everything as far as the baby's been fine. Everything, all of his tests, all of our appointments, everything's been going great. Last week we started doing weekly OB appointments. We started doing NST testing. So like non-stress tests on the baby, which measures your contractions, fetal movement, and the baby's heartbeat. So we started doing that at my OB, and I guess the baby wasn't moving how he was supposed to be moving, or when he moves, his heart rate is supposed to spike up and then fall back down to its normal rate. And I guess that wasn't happening. They sent me to the hospital. So last Friday I spent a couple hours in the hospital, which majority of it was just waiting around. Of course, we did our hospital tour a couple weeks ago and the place was freaking dead. And then when I get sent there, they're super busy, so I sat there forever, which sucked, but everything turned out to be okay. They did another NST, and then they did an ultrasound to make sure everything was okay, and everything was. So he was just snoozing, which he's been known to do that. Seems like every time we go in for an ultrasound, or we went and did these 3D HD ultrasounds, which are pretty cool. If you have a facility in your area, I highly recommend it. I will post some pictures of that too. But yeah, so every time we do an ultrasound, I swear, he is always sleeping or facing my spine. He just like does not cooperate. It's like he knows that we're doing tests. So yeah, so we failed our first NST last week, ended up in the hospital, everything was fine. But that did kick my butt into gear on getting my hospital bag together, because I haven't done any of that stuff. It's been on my list, but I just haven't done it. We've been so busy doing other things, work, the nursery, going through all our baby stuff, putting everything away, getting our backyard landscaped. We've had a lot going on. So hospital bag is pretty much packed now. Hopefully I have everything that I need. I looked up some videos and some Pinterest lists and all that on what you need. Apparently it's not that much, so I'm probably a little overpacked, but I think I'm okay. Maybe if I get around to it, maybe I'll do a hospital, like a what's in my hospital bag. We'll see. I've been so busy with everything. As you can tell, I'm hardly vlogging anymore. I'll put some pictures of our 3D HD ultrasound that we had done. And we also had our baby shower like a couple weeks ago when I was 34 weeks pregnant. We had our baby shower out in California at my aunt's house, which turned out beautiful. It was a little twinkle twinkle little star theme. So maybe I'll make a separate video. We really didn't vlog there either. We were so busy mingling with family and everything. I've been awful. I really should have vlogged. But maybe I'll add some pictures in here, or I'll just do like a separate video of a slideshow just to show everybody how pretty it was. And yes, I'm still working. I have not gone on my maternity leave yet. I am planning on working all the way up until my doctor says I'm done or something happens. A couple weeks left and I'm going strong. I don't see any need to stop working at this point. My work's been really good about helping me out and with whatever I need. So yeah, I'm gonna work all the way up until I go into labor, hopefully. Other than that, I try to do a quick update. I'm sure I missed some things along the way, but kind of get you up to date. I will try and be better about vlogging. If not, then once the baby's here, we will definitely post a video, like a labor story and all of that. So thanks everybody who has stuck around and continued to follow my channel, even though there hasn't been much going on recently. I do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll get around to updating some more videos. All right guys, see you later.